All right, I'm gonna begin my air systems check below 90 PSI. Turn my key on and I'm above 90 PSI, so I'm gonna bleed her off. All right, I'm below 90 PSI. I'm gonna do a safety start. All right, I'm below 90 PSI. I can see my needle rising, and I expect that my needle will build pressure and the governor will cut out between 120 and 140 PSI. I'm gonna raise the throttle. Again, I wanna mention that it is, in fact, the governor has cut in below 90 PSI. We're climbing. While I'm waiting, I'll mention that my maximum air system pressure is 150 PSI. What that means is if the needle gets that high, that means the governor's not working and the relief valves on the tanks would open up to prevent damage to the system. All right, I hear my governor and air dryer. My governor cut out at 120 PSI. All right. I'm going to prepare for the applied pressure test. So I'm going to release my brakes, put it in low gear, engine off, key on. So again, my brakes are released, engine off, key on. All right. Applied pressure test. What I'm going to do is firmly press my brake pedal and hold it for 60 seconds and make sure that I do not lose more than 4 PSI in that time. Get my timer ready. 1 minute. Apply pressure. I'm beginning my test now at 85 PSI. And go. I should not lose more than 4 PSI in a minute. While I'm waiting for a minute, I will just think about what the next thing is that I'm going to be doing. And with the power of television, it's been 1 minute. I have lost 0 PSI. I'm still at 85 PSI. Okay. So my applied pressure is not leaking. Now I'm gonna do my low air warning and test that. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna fan my brake pedal until my low air warning light comes on the dash. That should happen at 55 PSI or above. Okay, my low air warning light is on and it came on at 60 PSI. All right, I'm going to continue and do my tractor protection valves and parking brake emergency pop out. I'm going to continue to fan my brakes until my valves both pop out between 20 and 40 PSI. I'm going to watch my valves and I'm not going to touch them. All right, now they've both popped out at 30 PSI. So that concludes my air systems check. I'm going to do a safety start. And while my pressure is building, I'll do my in-cab inspection. Brakes are set. All right, first thing with my in-cab inspection. I'm going to put my seatbelt on. My seatbelt is securely fastened on both ends. It latches properly. It's not cut, ripped, torn, or frayed. It's adjusted for me. Next, I want to get my side windows, mirrors, and windshield. I'm inspecting all the glass right now. Everything is secure, not cracked or damaged, and there are no illegal stickers to impede my vision, and all my glass is clean and clear. Now I'm gonna make sure that my side windows roll up and down properly. My mirrors are adjusted properly. They are securely mounted, not bent, broken, cracked, or damaged. I'm not missing any nuts, bolts, or brackets. All right, back to my windshield area. I want to inspect my wipers. I'm gonna operate them. They work properly. My wiper arms are secure. They're not loose or missing, and they're not cracked or damaged. And my wiper blades are also secure. They're not missing, and the wiper blades are not cracked or damaged. I would use washer fluid if I wanted to clean my windshields. All right, next thing, I'm gonna go ahead and get my heater and defroster. Full hot position, the defrost setting, fan works and is defrosting. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get my engine gauges. 3 gauges, 3 words. My engine temperature, it works properly, it's building to an adequate range, and there's no warning lights on the dash. My oil pressure, I actually don't have an oil pressure gauge, I only have a light, and I want to make sure that my oil pressure gauge light is not on, so that indicates working properly and at an adequate range. My voltmeter or gauge, I want to make sure that it works properly, building to an adequate range within the green, and there's no warning lights on the dash. Now I'm going to do all my dash signals, indicators. My left turn signal, my right turn signal, my 4-way flashers are working, and my high beam indicator is working. Okay, next I'll go ahead and get my horn is working. Next I'm going to get my safety equipment. I have a properly charged and rated and secured fire extinguisher. And I have 3 reflective triangles behind the seat. They are secure, they're not damaged or missing. I have spare fuses in my pouch. I'm gonna take a moment and make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm just gonna go through each thing real quick. My seat belt, side windows, glass, or side windows, mirrors, windshield, window, mounting, wiper blades and arms, I demonstrated it. Heater defroster, my temperature gauge, oil pressure gauge, voltmeter, left turn, right turn, hazards, high beam. I did my horn. I did my safety equipment. That should be my in-cab inspection. I'm gonna go ahead and do my 3 brake tests. I'm going to release my trailer brake, and I'm going to check my tractor brake. Low gear, slight tug, and my tractor brakes are working properly. I'm gonna set my trailer brake and release my tractor brake and do my 2-in-1 test to check my trailer brakes as well as my coupling. Everything's holding good. I'm gonna release both brakes. I'm gonna roll forward, both hands on the wheel, gently stop, and the truck did not pull left or right, and the brakes are working properly. That concludes our in-cab and air systems check.